So the first one that is the very common one, everyone has been talking about it, is actually the head and shoulders. So in front of you right over here this is the normal head and shoulder. Okay, as you're able to see, head, left shoulder, right shoulder, just like a human. But ours is a little bit more balanced. Some off balance, which is one is higher than the other or one is lower than the other. And then obviously, human, if you have head, you have shoulder, you have the neck as well. Always remember that. All right. Neckline is a very important area. Why? Because without the neck, how is your body connected to your head? It's as simple as that. So basically, you always remember that when you actually draw a chart, some of you might be laughing over there when I talk about it because you think I'm actually lame. But let me tell you one thing. A lot of you actually identify the pattern, but you actually never do a projection based on the neckline. How do you actually confirm that this is actually a head and shoulder? All right. So I want you guys to pay attention on this part of it, the neckline. We'll be talking about a lot about the neckline in the upcoming patterns. So you guys actually will have a better understanding in that process. All right. So is everyone good so far? If everyone's good so far, please type the word good inside the chat group so that I understand everyone is still with me. And then after that, I will continue on to the more detailed explanation because I do not know whether you all find it dry or not. If you all don't find it dry, just type the word no inside the chat group as well. Just want to show hand of answer to ensure everyone is in the good hands for this particular class today. Okay. So everyone's good. Then I'll continue. All right. So you have a normal ordinary head and shoulder over here. All right. And this is the inverse head and shoulder. This is the inverse head and shoulder. Now, my next question over here is I'm going to ask you all because since this is not foreign to any of you, and I don't think there's any new members around here. Okay. But even if you're a new member, it's okay. You can choose to answer if you want to answer. Yeah, I got no problem with it. But it's okay to answer it wrongly because you're actually here to learn. So my first question over here is that number 1 and number 2, which one happens at the top? Which one happens at the top? Within number 1 and number 2, which one happens at the top? Type your answer inside the chat group. All right. So each one of you all type number 1. Now, my next question over here is that when you see number 1, okay, I'm just going to erase this so that everyone can see it clearly. When you see number 1, which is the ordinary head and shoulder right at the top, what happens after the neckline? What happens after the neckline? What happens after the neckline? The price goes up or down? The price goes up or down? Type your answer inside the chat group. Okay, it goes down. Now, let's say, for example, if there is a very powerful rebound. Okay, if there's a very powerful rebound, this is the neckline. I draw the imaginary extended neckline over here. The price go down. Let's say, for example, there's a very powerful rebound. Where do you think the price will go to? Likely, very likely to go to. Type your answer inside the chat group. Answer inside the chat group, everyone. Okay. Jason, the neckline is the neckline. There's no top of neckline. You only have the neckline. You don't have the top or the bottom of the neckline. Okay. I know your neck, you got up and the lower part, but our neckline is just the neckline. Okay. All right. So it is the neckline. Now, when situation happens, it can come in several ways. What I'm trying to say over here is that some of you probably you wait until the neckline, it break, then you close your position. Okay, you only close your position. Okay, which to be honest, you probably would have caught the stock right from the early beginning. You wouldn't have caught it over here, or sometimes you caught it right at the top. Then you know where to actually stop loss, stop having hope in the process. But let's say, for example, after breaking the neckline, you know there will be a rebound. So when you see a rebound, whatever method that you learn or you learn how to use, then when the thing rebound happens, then you know what limit, and this will be your target. When this becomes your target during the trading, this will be your profit range. So you see, what I'm trying to say over here is that even though it is a top pattern, not necessarily it means that it is the end. All right. So after breaking the neckline, you wait for the next opportunity to come. Okay. And then you know your target price is actually the neckline. As simple as that. Okay. That's one way to look at it. Okay. Because I always try to look for opportunity. I won't always see things like, oh, that's the end. Forget about it. We can move on to the next stock. The way I look at it, to be honest with you, a cycle for a stock for you to make right is minimum 2 cycle one. One is on the way up. This is the top. You close your position. When the thing go down very steeply, then the thing go up. Now, let me ask you one question. Does it take longer to go up? Or does it take longer to come down? Type your answer inside the chat group. I repeat my question again. Does it take longer to go up? Or does it take longer to come down? Type your answer inside the chat group. This is very important also for you to understand. Okay, type your answer inside the chat group. I'll be waiting for it. Please answer. I need answers. Normally longer to go up. That's the truth. Even for the V top that we're talking about, or the V bottom we're talking about, it takes very quick for it to come down. Even despite the fact you see the gradient of it climbing up, right? It's like it feels fast, but let me tell you one thing. When it comes down even faster. All right. So the basic rule to it is very simple. It always takes a longer time to go up, and it always takes a lesser time to come down. Okay. All right. So let me continue. All right. So this is head and shoulder. All right. And more often than not, we'll be moving on to the next slide so that it'll give you a better display on what the head and shoulder is all about. And the inverse head and shoulder, okay, since we have spoken about the top, so basically this happens at the bottom. So in the other words, this is actually a mirror image of each other. All right. And this is very important also. This is the part where a lot of people do not understand how to see an inverse head and shoulder. When some people say they don't know, then I said, very simple one. You snapshot the picture, then you terbalik it lah, easy lor. Then you will know whether is it an inverse head and shoulder lor. All right. And the other thing is that, remember one thing, the neckline more often than not at the top is always slanting downwards. So in the other words, it's actually telling you it's going to go down. This one, the neckline is going upwards, is telling you that it's going up. Is it easy to remember? You find it easy to remember? Type the word easy inside the chat group now. FOMO, no FOMO lah. I make it sound very easy, but let me tell you one thing that I've not been in Harmony for a long time. All right, it's coming more than a year already actually, and I noticed that even my journey of teaching with and sharing with you all as much as I could, I learned a lot in that process as well. So whatever that I learn and I discover, I do my best in sharing with you all, because me, myself, I'm a human as well. I'm a form of an investor and a trader. So the journey is basically whatever I go through, I share with you all so that you guys are able to appreciate it. It's more like a process of enlightening and sharing it with everyone. So I think it's very, very important that each one of us actually do our best in trying to make money from the stock market, where I'm not trying to say make the most. I said make money. So the whole idea is about being black, not being red. Okay, not about racism over here. Don't get me wrong. Okay, all right. So moving on forward over here. All right, I'm going to move on to the next slide.